Truth. I'm Jada Janelle.
I'm Rhea Ward.
I'm Janice.
And I'm Chelsea.
And today is Testimony Tuesday. We have with our very special guest, Lachey Jerome. Welcome, Lachey. She's my niece. And I know that God has given everybody a voice and given everybody a testimony. So I appreciate you coming out today to share your testimony with us.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
So I'll just go right into my testimony. So basically today I'm just going to talk about forgiveness because that's what I struggle with most of the time. What I have struggled with. So I was at a point in my life where I had a hard time forgiving people. And it was because so much was going on and I didn't know that forgiveness was actually hurting me. Not forgiveness was actually hurting me instead of them at the time. And I felt like I was justified because I'm like, they did me wrong. I have done nothing to them, so why should I forgive them? Why should they not have to apologize to me? So, in particular, at one point, I was having an issue with a person that I knew, and I felt like I shouldn't have had to go and apologize or even say that I forgive you for the way that you treated me. So, I felt like my soul, or should I say my relationship with God, I feel like was hindered due to somebody else, when in all actuality it should have been on me to establish a relationship with God and not depend on another person to get me to where I should have been. So I recently I actually spoke to this person and I called them and I said, I forgive you for what you've done, and I will not hold any grudges towards you anymore, and I will just let it go. So they were like, oh, that was very kind of you. And they still didn't say that they were sorry or anything. They was just like, oh, I thank you for apologizing. And I'm thinking in the back of my head, like, if you knew who I was back in the day, what you mean you understand? Can I get an apology? Like, what are you talking about?
And sometimes, and you have to think about, not to interrupt you, but sometimes you going to apologize to them, it'll open up a window for them to see, oh, this is how a real Christian is, or this is how a person that really shows that they've forgiven somebody, because maybe that person doesn't know what it looks like to forgive a person. Because sometimes we will say we have forgiven a person and we really haven't. You know, when you can say you've forgiven a person and not get angry with them for whatever the reason was that you were mad at them, and could actually move on, then you know that you really forgiven somebody. Or when you can feel it in your heart that you don't harbor any ill feelings or anger in there, then you know you're forgiving a person. And I don't think that people always think that they've really forgiven, but they haven't.
Yeah, that's good, because I was gonna say, like, I struggle with that too, Shay. Like when I would struggle with forgiveness, like when you when you're apologizing or when you're forgiving somebody, like, you don't necessarily get that I'm sorry. Like when you truly forgive somebody, it doesn't matter what their reaction. Like you can be like I forgive you, whether you can forgive somebody whether they're sorry or not. Like that's how you just really know, like, hey, I'm gonna forgive you no matter what. You can keep doing it. You can not be grateful, whatever. Because we feel like that person should be grateful. I'm forgiving you, like, if they're remorseful, but
just think and I'm sorry. Just think about how we do God. You know, we do stuff against him all the time, and he forgives us, and we don't apologize every time. You know what I'm saying? And when you're going in saying that you're forgiving a person, you're going in for that reason only. You're not going in for something in return.
Right. And I also realized that I actually did forgive them because the other night I was at dinner with my sister, my cousin, and my husband, and we were eating, and they brought up the subject, and they were like, oh, I would never go back to that establishment again. I would never sit under that teaching again. I'd never do this with this person again. And I'm just like, well, if God has called somebody to do a thing, we can't put our judgment on their lifestyle. That's what God called them to do. We've all done something in the past, and if people held what we done against us, then we wouldn't be anybody now as a new Christian. So I was letting them know, like, we gotta let God do what he do, and basically let him do his work in their life, basically. If that's what he called them to do, and if he told you to go there again, what would you do? You would have no choice but to do what God told you to do. So I realized I actually forgave them when I didn't say, oh, yeah, me either. Like, I'm not doing anything with them again. I'm not ever talking to them again. I simply just turned it around, basically.
So what happened that you decided that you were ready to forgive this person? What happened in your mind or in your heart that made you just, I just want to see what it looked like up to you saying, oh, I finally want to forgive this person for something that happened in the past?
Well, our church, we actually did a fast. a few weeks ago, and it was like a personal fast where you and God had spent time together, basically. And I never really did this. Like, I would read the Bible, I would pray and do all this, but I never spent time with God personally, like, let him talk or listen or anything. And I was basically saying, Lord, work on me. What can I do to better myself? And this and that. He was like, do you love me, basically? And I was like, well, yeah, duh. Like, I have no other choice, but technically I do, because he gave me free will, too. But he was like, no, you don't. I was like, what?
God is sorry.
I was like, what? He was like, I said, if you don't forgive your brother, I will not forgive you, basically.
That's what the scripture
And I was like, what? Who am I not forgiving? I'm thinking, like, what? I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not forgiving everybody. And I had to really sit down and think, like, who am I really upset with? Who have I not forgiven about something? And it actually dawned on me. And I was like, oh, dang. So let me go back. So I went ahead and I texted them and I was like, hey, can we talk? And blah, blah, blah. And they were like, yeah, we can go ahead and talk. So I actually called them. And I was like, at first it was awkward because I'm like, what am I supposed to say? So then I was like, so I just wanted to call you and say that I forgive you for anything that you've ever done or anything I've ever done to you. I apologize if I've ever offended you or if I've ever been rude to you, if I've ever done anything that could have hindered your relationship with God or with me or anything like that. They're like, oh, well, I thank you for apologizing and this and that, and they just went on and just hung up the phone. So I was like, okay. And then, yeah, so I was just like, okay. And I thought I was done, y'all. I was not done. So I was like, okay, all right. Went ahead and apologized. Well, why? He was like, well, he didn't say anything at that time. But I was like, okay, I'm done. And I sat there and I thought about it. I was like, oh, there is someone else. So then I went ahead and I called that person as well. And they were actually crying. I'm not really sentimental, so I don't really get into I don't cry as much. I don't really like, if anything, I'll get mad before I cry. But it was really weird. But I was like, okay.
And you know, that's just the beginning. You apologizing to somebody is really, truly just the beginning because you need to show them that you forgive them. You need to show that you,
That's right.
you know, so.
And my thing is, Shay, what I find really interesting is like how you can sometimes like put stuff in the back of your mind. Like when you, how do you forget that you didn't forgive nobody?
Exactly.
Like God, he was obviously like bringing it to your attention, but I just want to know, is it like true that you can honestly, or do you just like push up out of your mind? Like me, I'm very emotional. Like boom, like it's there. But like some people, they have that ability where they can like push it in the back of their mind, like where you say you like forgot about it, but obviously something like because you honestly like felt like you hadn't like you honestly felt like you wasn't like holding it open about it until like God showed it to you.
I honestly did. I thought that, and technically I didn't ever go and say I forgive you or I apologize or anything. I thought in my mind that if I just sat here not mad at that instance that was forgiveness. Yeah, but technically I was still harboring unforgiveness in my heart. Like if I saw them, I would still be like, I'm not talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not hugging you. I'm not coming to your event. Like for what? So I mean, in that instance, when I'm going to day-to-day life and I see them on like, if I see them out, I would speak, but I wouldn't have that same, oh, hey, how you doing? Or, like, not generosity, but, what do you call it? Genuine, thank you. It wasn't genuine. It was just like, okay, hi.
Just because.
Yeah, just because they were there, and I didn't want to be rude and talk to everybody else and not them, but I wasn't really feeling them.
I think, Shay, I think that your testimony is really going to help somebody because I know me personally, I went through a situation where I thought I had forgiven a person that had done me wrong, you know, and I probably had done them wrong as well, you know, and just looking for them to apologize and everything until I had to come to realize what I said earlier is that you think you've forgiven a person and you really haven't because you're still harboring those feelings. So I really think that what you said today is going to help a lot of people. What encouraging words do you have for somebody that's watching that's harboring unforgiveness in their heart?
First, I'm going to say, speak to God to get understanding that you might not really think that you're angry with somebody, that you have not forgiven them, and technically you are. I had to read the scripture over and over at times to even get understanding of even how to forgive, because I didn't even know. I thought that if I just said, okay, I forgive them in my mind, then they were forgiven. But no, I had to generally go, for myself, I had to go to them and make it known, basically. So I just want to read the scripture because I thought that it was really good. It is Ephesians 4:32. It says, "And be ye kind one to another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another, even as God, for Christ's sake, has forgiven you." And I thought, like, Jesus didn't have to come out here and die for me. Who am I to sit over here and be mad at you?
That's right.
He died for all of us. We all should be able to even let anything go that we are having against each other, or any fault that we've had. We should be able to just come to each other and say what we have to say in a godly way, and then forgive each other and keep it going. And that basically helped me, because I feel like if Christ can do it, I can do it. Because he didn't have to come down here and get beaten for me. He didn't have to come down here and hang on a cross for hours and hours. He didn't have to come out here at the altar to do anything, and he did. So I just am grateful for that, and that's all.
Amen. Amen. Well, Che, we just want to thank you so much for having the boldness and the courage to come and tell your testimony. And thank you for being a part of the Truth Talk Show today. And thank you guys for watching. Until next time.
And don't forget to subscribe.